rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On behalf of the board, I welcome everybody here this evening and those watching in their homes. George Stack from the Hillview has a meeting.
Okay, no
And
problem.
so what we're going to do is we're going to hear the Hillview budget, then we'll get through the rest of that stuff and then get on to the regular budget presentation. So, George?
And I'd say Larry Diamond, our treasurer, was not able to make it tonight. So, I guess you...
We have your budget book.
Yeah, you've reviewed it. So it's pretty simple. It's broken into basically 5 categories. Personal services, which would be Fiona, our operations manager. That's your salary at the top, $25,000. Then we break down purchase services, purchase of supplies, which is strictly just for the office, paper, etc. Other expenses in lieu of taxes and miscellaneous capital. We build that in. We don't do it. Last year we didn't do any capital improvements on the golf course. It was just a meager year, and we were concerned about the economy and the way things were going. So we pulled back on things like that. We're trying to build up the reserves again. We have had folks approach us on things they'd like to do in the town, and in order to do those things, we require bonding if it came to pass, and we would want to cover that bonding with reserves, so that the town would always have that money available to carry that responsibility.
George, there's and looking at the detail sheet,
Yeah.
I have a few questions. One is, under professional services, you had budgeted in the 2009 budget $664,000 and 706. This is the fees for GFMI.
That would be the management.
That's for the management of the golf course,
yeah.
and that's in their contract.
That's contractual, and that probably would also include their projected commission. Yeah.
So it's the fee plus the commission.
Correct.
And their year ends on
February 12th. The contract ends February 12th. We just extended them for 3 additional years.
Okay, so it's all right.
And also Burton Page at the Country Club, his contract technically runs out December 31 of 2009, but we have to notify him in March if we're renewing him. So we're very pleased, and so we renew that also.
Now, is that a 3-year renewal too?
Correct, yeah.
And where are we with the GFMI contract?
The contract was just extended for 3 additional years, and that would kick in on the 13th of February.
All right, so they're almost running in parallel.
Yeah, pretty much so, yeah. Well, that's only because when we took the property in '88, the management group came on board in February. We opened in April, whereas the Country Club came on, and we brought him in on a temporary, and January 1 of the following year, he became long-term.
In the item of miscellaneous capital, what is on the wish list, I guess you'd call it?
Well, there's a big wish list, but we haven't done it. We haven't bought any new equipment. We held off on that. We didn't do any, as you know, when you're on the board, we did greens. We pulled back on doing that last year. There's issues with the roof. As I have
roof, which roof?
Well, this for the Country Club part, and
okay.
And
the flat roof.
Yeah, well, one of the 5, yeah. And that's extensive, and we keep putting money into that, trying to correct those things. Anything that goes wrong in the Country Club part, such as a big burner or something, we own. Burton Page owns the little things, but we own the big things. So we build that in case. The boiler, we've had trouble with the boiler. And those expenses kind of just pop
Yeah,
up.
weren't we on the board, Steve, when we replaced the boilers?
Yeah, well, yeah.
We put 4 in, I think.
The air conditioners, they're looking for us to...
7 years, you know, Bob.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna have 6.
yeah.
I think, no, maybe, come on.
So in case there's a catastrophe, we build that in, and if it doesn't, we roll it over.
How was the course revenue?
Well,
through-
interestingly enough, with everything going down, we actually, I think, it went up 2%.
Through,
Well, we had increased the price of the golfing carts, but again, I think it's the type of golf course that will attract people, especially people are pulling away from private country clubs, and you get a lot of calls for outings, and
it's,
people.
it seems to me, as I recall, the phenomena that went on when we went into, an economic downturn while I was on the board was that the golf fell off a little later and then was slower to recover. Right, so
Actually, especially the seniors have dramatically increased. Small outings, 40, 50 people, dramatically increased. Pulling away from the big price golf courses. It's working well. The management team works hard at it. They do a lot of beating the bushes to get people in.
what's the current reserve?
Oh, I think it was 121 last year. I'd have to look. I was 247 last year, and we project 121. Project at the end about 368.
At the end of this fiscal year?
Yeah, year of.
That's provided you don't spend the capital.
Yeah, that's all built.
At the end of fiscal year '09?
No, I'm
June
sorry.
30th, yeah.
Yeah. Fiscal year.
And then we're also talking about a decrease in debt service of about $180,000 in the upcoming fiscal year, because it's falling off.
Yeah, I mean, well, you both know. I mean,
Yeah.
the bonds will be dropping off, and we are being approached by groups, and you're aware out there, looking for us to fund projects. But we want to make sure we have enough in reserve to do anything we do with bonding. That's the key.
Okay, and on bonds that are outstanding right now, or articles that have been approved, has all that money been spent, or are there still some projects?
There's money out there, like we have, we're still holding money for the maintenance garage, which just seems to be stuck in the mud. We can't.
What's holding that up?
Part of it is the bidding process and how that would be done. We're looking for, there's nobody in the state bid list that does work like that. We've brought people in. We've had architects in to look. We're looking to extend the building. So that money's set aside to do that. We're waiting on that. Chuck Carucci is heavy into that.
That's one of the mandates that we need to get changed. Is municipal building mandates are ridiculous and much more costly than.
Did you
Well,
put that on your list when you spoke with
Yeah,
Secretary
we
Kerwin?
discussed that with Secretary Kerwin.
And also, when you build a building, with the type of things we do, you have to have certain criteria inside the building that have to meet certain codes also. And getting people that actually do that, we're looking for prefab, but everybody does their own prefab. Nobody does what you want. They all say, here's what we have, but it doesn't fit our needs. So we're working on that. So that bond money's still out there.
Any idea how much was
I'd have to say probably, I'd say round figures 200.
200,000.
Just off the top of my head, yeah.
So is that money that's already been bonded, or is it just
No, that
an
should have been,
article?
that should have been bonded, yeah.
Meaning we're paying interest on that money already?
Yeah.
Greg, do you know for
I
sure?
think so.
Joe? Did I see Joe? No.
Joe's there.
Yeah, but I would have to think that that's already bonded.
Did we bond on that for the maintenance building? Or what's the status on the, you got approval for it?
No, we've done nothing.
No permanent bonding on it
Okay,
yet?
so you guys handle the bonding, we just.
But if we haven't borrowed permanent, have we borrowed the money, period? I mean, it isn't
Borrowed-
needed yet.
Have we borrowed anything yet? That you're aware of?
I see Mary Ann, I was just letting you. Yes, Mary Ann?
Was that the 350,000 for April town meeting?
No, no.
I mean, October town meeting?
No, I don't think so. That's a different item.
Okay,
This
because
is-
that was approved for October town meeting, we haven't bonded for yet.
Right, but no, this is something we did
Prior.
before, you know.
Okay. I can check into that.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, if we've got the money, we're paying interest on it, I hope we're making more as it sits there.
And Greg, what was the issue on the prefab? We wanted to put, I know Hillview wanted to put a foundation in and then have a prefab put on top of it, and we're running into a problem with the public bidding list, is that what the issue is?
No, we just needed to, originally Hillview wanted to do a design build, and the idea of a design build is contemplates you doing a $20 million building. So there's all types of bells and whistles and requirements to do a design build. It was then decided that they wanted to proceed with a prefab, and I did approve the concept. I think at this point, it's just a matter of lining up with a contractor, so I'm on board in terms of the conceptual idea of going for the prefabricated building.
Good.
Overall, the state of the Hillview is,
Well, it's good. No, it's good, you know, and we could have made money this year doing cross-country skiing if you look up there.
Yeah.
Although the snow looks pretty deep.
honestly.
Some of those people may still be in those mounds, you know. But, no, it's good, and, you know, we stay true to the mission we started in '87, and keep it going the way it is. It should be a great thing for the town for years to come, you know.
well, I know how we could cut our snow and ice budget, George. Open up cross-country skiing, guaranteed it won't snow.
Well, we actually had a fellow that wanted to do that a few
I know, we talked about
years
it.
and years ago, and then there was no snow that year.
How lucky would get no snow?
People were playing golf in Christmas time.
Any,
Yeah, just a
yes,
quick one
Joe.
if I could, Bob. George, I noticed on the water line, it's dropped down to 2,000. I mean, that's good, but what do we do, put a well in or something, or?
Well, we have wells.
Why, I mean, well,
Probably turned it off, you know.
no, but I mean, what causes that drop from 5,000 to 2,000?
Which one? I'm sorry.
I think it's
Take me back.
I think Burton's picking up more of the tab now.
Yeah, that would be,
Under
yeah.
paying his,
Total
Yeah,
personal
we
services?
we
Oh, okay.
restructured,
Oh, okay.
the way we do, the way we do business with Burton on
Okay.
utilities. Okay, yeah, he's paying a much higher percentage than
Oh,
than he
okay.
had been.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all I had.
Yeah.
it was split kind of 50/50 before, and
Mhm.
the town doesn't use 50% of the utilities here.
Well, to be fair to him, we attempted to separate a lot of things over the years, and it becomes cost prohibitive sometimes, you know, and it's working out okay. But he's picked up, yeah.
Good.
And he's picked up a lot more of the maintenance, so.
Any other questions? Well, keep up the good work.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, John.
Bye.
Okay, we'll get to minutes. January 5th, regular executive session. Michael?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the January 5th, 2009 regular minutes as written.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Harris, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? Executive session of January 5th.
I think it's missing.
Oh, I couldn't think of it.
Oh, that's right,
I
there
didn't-
wasn't one.
There wasn't.
That's correct.
Okay. Not
Okay,
ready.
January 10th special meeting. Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the January 10th, 2009 special meeting minutes as written.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Harris, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. We didn't have an executive session in here, did we?
That was the Saturday.
Hmm?
Yes.
Never mind. Okay, correspondence?